Hello, 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 everybody. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Hello, Sandy. Welcome all. Please say hello if you would like. Excuse me. It's a bit windy here. Hi, Wendy. Full moon energy is still full mooning. Hello, welcome. Is it Lee or Lai? Erica, hello. So I'm joining you here from Mexico where I live for our weekly fun and powerful Reiki Ancestral Clearing and collective card reading. So the majority of the live stream will be focused on the weekly message from Spirit. And I draw cards. I don't know what is happening there. I haven't spoken yet this morning, so yeah, anyway. Good morning, Britt. Great to see you. Hi, Lady Peacock, Catherine. Welcome. This will work out here shortly. Yeah, so the message from Spirit kind of comes and settles in and filters through and then grows in momentum, and then the cards clarify and solidify it. And then at the end of the session, we will do Reiki and Ancestral Clearing. So, who all felt the energy of the full moon yesterday or in the past few days? I know that I did. And it was a Libra full moon. I'm a Libra rising, Pluto ascendant, or Pluto conjunct my ascendant in the first house. So yeah, it was quite an energetic, powerful and intense experience for me. Just really in the past 24 hours. So last night here on my Mirador, I drew a couple cards for the full moon, and I felt to keep those for our live stream this morning. I feel like the messages from those cards are also meant for us here in the live stream today, along with, so if you follow me on social media, I posted a card the other day, and that card is also here for the reading as well, the Ace of Cups, and I'll get into that later. So yeah, already messages and energies are here. So, and then we'll close with the Ancestral Clearing. So Sandy, that's a very powerful ancestral story. Yeah, and when I do the one-on-one individualized ancestral clearing sessions, I clear for things like that. You know, we all have stuff, some more intense than others, and, you know, if we go back in our lineages long enough, we've all had, I'd say, like, similar crazy shit that, you know, we're healing now. And, you know, that's, as our souls continue to evolve, we're raising our own consciousness individually and as a collective. Yeah, it's exciting. So, hi Tina, Drazel, welcome back. So if you are new to me and you care to say hello, you can. I'm Natalie, spiritual life coach and Reiki Master Teacher. This month marks 4 years as a teacher on Insight Timer. At the end of the month, the last Sunday of the month, will be our giveaway, where I will be having a special anniversary live stream to celebrate 4 years as a teacher. I will talk about my intuitive journey, because this whole teaching on Insight Timer, doing the Reiki and the clearing, has been an integral part of my intuitive expansion and further awakening. So join for that, and I will be doing a giveaway of a gifted session with me. So the winner can choose between, they could have my signature energy healing session, which is Reiki Ancestral Clearing. I do a truth excavation guided journey, spiritual life coaching, a tarot oracle card reading, guided meditation, or my altitude visioning session. So that's what's on offer. So join at the end of the month for that. It'll be same time at the end of the month on Sunday. So glad to see wonderful new faces, and of course everybody who's returning, and those of you that have been here for years, or if you've been here for 5 minutes. I feel equal gratitude for all of you, as well as Insight Timer. What a wonderful platform that this is, and very grateful. So welcome Becca, Lee, Tara, IT, Michelle. So we've got Libras here. I was also reading the fixed star Spica, also was conjunct this moon, and how that affects us, and depending on what house your Libra is in is where the Spica is. But it's about like fame and activation of fame and talents, and like being seen and in the world. So check that out if that's interesting to you. So and don't forget to follow me here on Insight Timer. I'm also double live streaming this event right now in my YouTube channel. So if you prefer that platform, if you subscribe there, then you'll get an email, maybe even a notification, I don't know. But when that happens, sometimes I record these and just upload them as a video over there. But all of my past live streams for a few years now are over there. Facebook, Insta, you can follow me there as well. Check out my website, all that good stuff. If you care to give a donation, you can do so as well, and check out my meditations here. I have a couple ancestral clearing prayers, one in the free section, one in the premium section, that are very powerful, and I utilize similar elements. Sometimes I speak those prayers exactly here in the lives. If you like the prayers, or you like the energy of that, you can listen to those. And I have a group, Natalie's Healing Circle. So if you do want to come to the giveaway, you must join my Natalie's Healing Circle group in Insight Timer, because I don't have a way of getting in touch with the winner. Insight Timer, you know how the messaging in the app is a little bit clunky, so you have to be friends to message, and so it's the simplest way I've found is have everybody that wants to join in the giveaway to be in the group. So I make an announcement there, and then we can connect in there. So awesome. Woo! Lots of Libras. I love my Libra energy. I love Libra energy. Hi, April. Yes, so at the end of the month is my 4-year anniversary as a teacher on Insight Timer, and I'm gifting a session with me. So join in then if you care to. Thank you. All right, so, okay, what we're gonna do now is get into the cards for today, and as I already said, the cards, like, they did not want to be shuffled. I pulled 2 last night for the full moon, and I pulled one the other day in a client session, and it's like those energies are very present. They are here for you as well, and they're wanting to be expressed. So thank you, Denise. Hi, Sister Sunshine. So it's quite interesting. I'm just getting the cards out. It's windy, so they're covered up. So I felt called to draw a Work Your Light card and a Sacred Rebel card, just for like a full moon reading. And both of these cards have the most beautiful synchronous message together. So I loved that. So I'll show you the cards and then we'll dive in. I'll get that one. So we've got Priestess, and whatever about gender, like, it's about identifying with the energy. So we all have masculine and feminine energies within us, right? So this is the energy of Priestess, and it says, how are you being called to step up and lead? How are you being called to step up and lead? So this full moon, this week, this recent theme for you, and this is a collective reading, so it's for everybody. And it's even like stepping up and leading in your own life for yourself and also for humanity as a whole. So I feel like that is an important part of this, that it's not just about our little plans and designs, which are wonderful and great, and we want to honor that, but it's bigger than us, and we are all one. So this is a collective up-leveling and very powerful time for all of us that have chosen to incarnate at this time. And so it's like this is an activation time for you to call that energy of the priestess, of you stepping up and leading. In order to lead, and it doesn't mean you need to put yourself out in the world as a leader. That might be that for some of you, and that's great. And it can just be embodying that energy anywhere and everywhere that you are. And first, it requires you to look at being a leader in your own life, and being a self-led leader, learning to lead yourself, which means you getting to work with yourself, that personal development journey, your inner spiritual journey, all the stuff we always talk about in here, all of the stuff I do in my life coaching. It's really the deepest work and the most powerful and fun work for me, and most fulfilling as a coach, is helping people tune into this energy for themselves, right? Because what happens, it's just the nature of being a human, is the wounds take over. We get triggered in the outside world, or we get triggered in our mind, and then we have sensations and emotions. And there's that saying, if it's hysterical, it's historical. So if there's this overwhelming response to something in the outer world, we get to learn to work with those wounded parts and reparent those parts so that we can integrate those energies, so that we can become this and be the leader, be the loving leader, the loving parent to all the parts of ourselves that, are the shadow, are the parts that are unhealed, that are coming up for healing and integration and transformation. So and it can happen at the same time, but doing that with and for yourself, it transforms you. And then you'll see it will be that then there will be space opening in your external world for you to step up and lead. And it might be showing up differently in your parenting. It might be showing up differently at work. If you're a manager or if you're an employee, like, it doesn't matter. Or if you're a CEO, there will be opportunities that come. So you can trust that. Hello, Marcy, Madeline. Ooh, wonderful, Tina. Hi, Duchess. And so I know there are at least one person in here who also might be on a path of like entrepreneurship, like me, like being a solopreneur, like I am my own business, being a spiritual life coach is being a leader. It's helping others to empower themselves, right? So if that's you, if you're a practitioner of some kind in that way, or this energy is very specific for that. So I'm going to read the description of this. And yeah, you can see what it might mean for you more specifically. Hi, Zoe. Thank you. So, the priestess is a teacher dedicated to service, freedom, and leadership. You don't need to have it all together to lead. In fact, it helps if you don't. No one wants a perfect angel who hasn't made any mistakes. Let your life be your message. Don't underestimate the power of sharing your story. It's by hearing someone else's journey that we feel less alone. We realize that we're actually all in this thing called life together. The difference between a follower and a leader is that a leader has the courage to go first. In stepping out, they shine a light on the path for others to venture forward too. Don't fret too much about trying to work out who are your people. Don't get stuck in age, income, hobbies, or occupation. The best way to discover your people is to look in the mirror. If you feel called to lead, chances are it is because at some point in your life you longed for someone to lead you. Your people are longing for exactly the same thing as you were and are, and might only be one step behind you. Hell, they might even be right alongside you. You don't need anyone's permission, just the courage to stand up. Embrace your struggles, the peaks, the troughs. You don't need to know the way. Just believe there might be a different one. Your people are waiting for you. Step forward so they can find you. How are you being called to step up and lead? How can you be the leader you wish you had? So that's very specific as well as to actually stepping out as a leader. And of course, with my occupation, I'm thinking about, people being like a coach or a guide or a mentor, practitioner, maybe even a therapist or something like that. But yeah, it's about, and I work with coaches in starting their coaching businesses, and this is such a theme. So this is for somebody here, or more than one person here, that there's this idea that you have to be way up here to help others, and it's like, no. As that just said, you can be one step ahead or like on the same path, right? So the thing that happens is people get so wrapped up in their own fears and then they're only thinking about themselves and their fears, and then they're forgetting like the bigger purpose of why they want to serve. And it's like there's people that are waiting for your help. I say that all the time. So I'm glad this is resonating. Yeah, Sandy, there's definitely ways to work with your invisible wounds. Even in the Reiki and clearing, you know, we do that, especially when I do the one-on-one ancestral clearings. Yeah, I don't have to figure it all out. I'm glad this is resonating. So the other card from the Sacred Rebels deck, the word wants to be written. Look at this beautiful card. The word wants to be written. So there's something that's wanting to be expressed through you that can only be uniquely expressed through you. Nobody else can do it. Hey, Jessica. You know, I mean, we come, we're created, whatever your beliefs are, but we are like a unique moment in time where there will never be anyone exactly like us. And it's like we all know that, but to really slow down on that and consider it, and especially when we consider the length of our existence in these bodies in the scheme of time, we're just a flash, we're just a blip, you know, of consciousness experiencing itself. It wants to experience itself as you right now. Hi, Amy. And so the journey is about letting go of all of the human stuff, the conditioning, so that we can step into this priestess energy. Because what happens when we judge ourselves, we're judging God, if you will. And it's like, it doesn't mean it's bad. It's very common and human. And, you know, God, Source, wanted to be you. It didn't want to be some perfect, idealized version of you. You know, as you've all heard before, we're spiritual beings having a human experience. What happens when people grow up in dysfunction is you learn not to be human. It's not okay to be human, basically. I mean, that's not like the conscious message necessarily. It might be for some. But yeah, so it's about, like, it's okay. We're not going to be fucking perfect. We're just not. So allow your journey to be messy. And if you are stepping out into doing new things and leading in others' lives and in your own lives, allow it to be messy. I have a coaching client who's working with somebody else in a leadership role, and I coached them on setting boundaries with this person they're working with, and it was really scary for them. And they, you know, like, it was about their meeting time and the content of what they were going to talk about, and, you know, the client or whatever, the person they were working with, was just talking the entire time, and they weren't getting to what they were supposed to be doing in the session. And so, you know, first I pointed out that was on her. She's the leader in that situation, so she has allowed that to occur. And so I guided her and supported her in, like, you get to have a conversation and you get to clean all of this up. You know, and there's ways that you know, I coach people on that, and I do that in my own coaching and all of that. So I shared all of that, and it was very uncomfortable. And they did it, and I said, let it be messy. It's not going to be perfect. So that's a really important part of this as well. Hey Sharon, nice to see you. So the word wants to be written. And I'm going to read, this is a fairly short message for this book. I'm going to tune into what part wants to be read. Because this is all about your purpose in your life path. So again, this is such a clear message about what your life path, what your purpose is. You might have been taught that creativity is something you have to work hard to access, or that finding your life purpose is so difficult you must search high and low for it. Yet what you are is within you and wants to come out at every available opportunity. You don't have to struggle so much. It's more about allowing space for it to manifest and to let the energy flow. The real struggle is not in finding something, it's more about letting go of the idea that you need to search for your path in the first place. You see, the process of activating your life path is a natural one. The effort is in getting out of the way, not in making something happen. So even in my coaching, like, people will sometimes say, like, I need to find my purpose, I need to find my path. And it's common, and it makes sense why we want to feel that. We want to feel fulfilled. And I always give the example of, like, the street sweeper. Like a street sweeper, or these very mundane tasks that somebody gets to do in their life. Like, maybe that street sweeper, if they are being fully present as they are doing their job, or the janitor cleaning the toilet, or the accountant with the numbers, like, you can apply this to anything. But it's like the mind has this idea that our life purpose has to be a big grand gesture. And I get that, and that may be the case for some of you, and it may be bigger than where you are right now. And for some of you, it might be, being the most loving and present Uber driver, and everybody that gets into your car, they just feel this love, and you might not even say anything more than hi, right? Or it might turn into a vehicle of ministry where your people are opening up to you, or whatever, right? So it's not about what you do, it's about how you do it. And I talk about this all the time in my work with others. We want to have a life purpose because we think once we reach it, we're going to feel a certain way, and that may be the case. And why wait? Feel it now. Give yourself the feeling state experience of what you're looking for in whatever you think your life purpose is going to give you. And magically, then it will happen faster on its own because you're being in the energy of that. And then magically, you're not going to care so much about it because you're already feeling the way you want to feel. Hey, Nancy. As for being yourself, that is the foundation from which your truth, life, path will reveal itself. Being yourself becomes easier when you give yourself permission to love, honor, and accept yourself in all circumstances, especially the ones where you might be more tempted to reject and judge. Give the sacred rebel within the opportunity to decide your values, irrespective of whether they meet with general social acceptance. So that's what I was just saying earlier. Like, we can't live in this state of constantly rejecting, judging, and abandoning the wounded parts that are coming up constantly to be healed. We get to learn to be that priestess energy with ourselves. And this brings in the other card that wanted to come into this reading, this beautiful Ace of Cups. This came up in session the other day, and it's just, this is just here right now. It's just like this card wants to be seen and its message shared, and it's all part of this as well, right? You get to hold your own heart. You get to learn to lead with that. And, you know, I was working with somebody the other day, and it was just like this. There was a deep illumination for them of like, I've been battling against myself in these parts and judging my wrongness for my entire life. And I said, what would it look like for you to be on your own team and be on your own side? Like, of course, you're going to have these things happening in your life and in your relationships when you are divided against yourself all the time. And it's not about making it wrong. It's just because it's the old paradigm. So it's waking up to that, and like, you are the one you've been waiting for. You are the only one that can do this inner work. Like, you're the only one that's in here with yourself 24/7. Hi, Chandani. So this oracle brings you the message that what you are dreaming of or seeking to do, create, live, or manifest is actually very natural for you. This is why you want to do it. If you experienced controlling and manipulative forces as you were growing up, you would have found it hard to access your natural state at the time. You would have been too busy trying to adapt and get through the trials of childhood. So, I mean, this is all what I'm saying. When you finished navigating childhood and started to let go of who you were taught to be in order to become who you really are, you may have found your life path was not easily accessible. That is simply because your true and natural self was covered by layers of shame from the early conditioning that you had to be other than you are in order to win, love, or be acceptable. Yeah. That's what I was saying. We were taught it's not okay to be human. Emotions are just such a deep part of who we are as humans. And when we were taught it's not okay to emote and your emoting is incorrect, of course we adapt because we need to survive. Beautiful, Connie. Thanks for sharing. However, that natural self hasn't gone anywhere. I want to see if I can pull this pic up of myself. I posted this on my story the other day, and I invite all of you, and I've said this before, of like, having a photo of your inner child like on your lock screen, to work with that. So look at this. Look at me. So that little one is waiting for you. I mean, I just look at this and I could cry every time I see it because, hold on. I mean, look at the brightness in my eyes. Look at the innocence. There's just nothing there but love. Just look at that spark. That is all of our true essence. We all had that. We all came in with that. And it's still here. And you know what I'm noticing, and thank you for the kind words, is like I'm going through a very transformational process right now of my vibration is just skyrocketing. I'm having, it's amazing. It's bliss, it's expansion, it's all of these things. So what I'm seeing is the more this is happening, the more childlike and innocent my energy is becoming. The more I'm just smiling out in the world, the more I am like showing up like this. So, you know, it's all still here within us, and it's still within every single human being. It's there. Now it can be more challenging and more deeply hidden in some than others, and we bless their hearts. So, and if you think about, like, I always talk about my favorite life coach, Steve Hardison. He's like 69 years old. He is a freaking child in the world. You know, he just plays with everyone he meets, everywhere he goes. He's just creating that energy of connection and love, and you know, that's what we all get to do. We can create just like kids do. You know, they're just out in the world and picking up a stick and wah, like they're present. So it's something just to work towards, and that's why, I mean, there's something you know, we love that energy, lightness, fun, and also innocence. Innocence is such a powerful energy, and we're all innocent in that energy, in that divine spark. That's the nature of what we are and who we are. So I have like a document of being that I've created that I read every morning as I look in the mirror, and I create myself. I create my state of being every day as I do that, and every day it's, you know, goes more and more. So one of the statements on there is, I always see the innocence in everyone and everything, including myself. You know, look at a dog or a cat, or you know, you can see this essence of like innocence, and it's in every human. It's just more, you know, babies or even elderly people. There's like elderly people out on the lake here where I live. There's this one old man. I don't know what he has going on mentally. I don't think he's all there. He'll just sit under a tree and he just stares into space. And I just see him in his innocence, in his energy. So I invite you to start looking for that in others and in yourself. So whatever, if it's a pic from you being a kid or something else, really start tuning into that. And then this whole like life purpose thing and leading thing, you'll come into alignment with that more naturally. And so, and the message continues. However, that natural self hasn't gone anywhere. So, I mean, that's what I'm saying here. It is still there within you. Now it is just about chipping away at the walls of shame. Perhaps with a defiant, who the hell cares? I'm here and I'm going to love myself anyway. You can't make this shit up. That's what I'm saying. This allows you to risk bearing the feeling of any shame that arises as you release old emotional wounds and break away from any restraints to unconditional self-love. The sacred rebel within can empower you to love yourself no matter what, simply because you want to. You might decide to declare, I am still lovable, so put that in your pipe and smoke it. It's like bringing a little playful energy to it. Whatever works. This will send an energetic message to whomever shamed you in the first place, whether they meant to or not. Your message could be going to a parent, school teacher, sibling, friend, lover, or anyone else that was struggling enough with their own shame wound that they couldn't help but dump it on you. You can be freed to realize that the shame is just an emotion, not a truth. And you can defy any hold it has ever had on you in your ability to love yourself. This oracle card brings you the guidance that you are now powerful enough to break the cycle. It's time to stop the shame and claim yourself in love instead. So, as I said in the beginning, you get to be this priestess for yourself, which is loving and powerful, to reparent and work with the shadow, the shame, the wound. And actually, I have a very powerful meditation in the free section of my meditations. It's called Transmuting Shame, I think. Check that out. If this message is resonating, you definitely need to do that meditation, or you get to. Hi, Elena. Nice to see you. What you want to write, sing, dance, or become is you. It is natural. Drop your defenses, get into the grit, and confront the power that any old shaming has had over you. It's finished now. It's time for you to be naked with yourself. Acknowledge how gorgeous you are and get on with your work. Life is urging you to do so because the work wants to happen. What you want to create wants to be created. The word wants to be written. You just need to let go of any remnants of the past that have been in your way. Step firmly over them and onto your path. The meditation is called, I think it's called Transmuting Shame in the Body. I have about 10 meditations or 15, so yeah, check out that list. So I'm going to read the healing process from this card. So just take this in if you want to claim it for yourself. I now choose to forgive and release any person, situation, or circumstance that has ever been a source of shame or shaming for me, whether conscious or unconscious. I now release this from my body, mind, and heart through unconditional love. I choose to claim myself instead. I love, accept, and claim all of me under the loving protection and wisdom of life. I choose to live as myself now. I call on the unconditionally loving assistance that life wishes to send me for this journey now. I honor my creative power and my innate worth. So be it. I'm glad this is resonating. So again, if you haven't already, follow me here on Insight Timer and everywhere that I am. Look at my little heart shirt. It says, I love Thailand. You're so welcome. If you care to give a donation, you can. Yeah, this is on YouTube. If you want to revisit this, it will be uploaded and be in the live section of my live replays. Check out my website, all that good stuff. And don't forget, this is what it's saying. Basically, the whole message. It's like, this will occur, you are the one you've been waiting for. I recently played a little John Bradshaw clip from a reel that was the Oprah show. I know I've shared this privately with some of you that I work with. Was anybody here for the live stream in the past few months where I played that inner child visualization? If you know, you'll remember. The second card, yeah, sure. And if anybody wants the descriptions of these, send me a private message. I'll share the links to where you can read what I've read. You're welcome, Teresa, everybody. So, hi Rose. Great. So we're going to get into the Reiki and clearing. Amazing, Drazel. Glad to hear that. So this full moon, like bringing it all back to that, is like releasing all of the things that have been in the way. So, you can step into all of this. It really needs to be like that, because this is the key. All right, so we're going to get into the Reiki and Ancestral Clearing. The themes of the channeled message will be a part of the clearing. Yeah, does anybody have any questions before we begin? Thank you for the donation. Okay. When my glasses are off, that's it, because I can't read the screen. So go ahead and close your eyes. Come into a quiet place inside. I'm also activating Silvana healing energies that support transformation, third eye expansion, awakening. I'm getting this image of, I want you to all to just imagine yourself at a younger age, and that you're looking in the mirror and you're seeing yourself at whatever age that is. You're seeing how you look at that age. And then fast forward, whatever, 10 years, 20 years. Imagine that you're looking at yourself in the mirror. When you're older, the body is aged. And imagine yourself looking at yourself in the mirror now, this morning, today, and what you saw reflected back in the mirror. And I want you to really tune into the fact that although the external body changed, the light of consciousness, the essence of presence that is you did not change. That energetic signature that I am and just imagine those three bodies of different ages in front of the mirror, and really feel into that sense that you were still the same one looking through those eyes, that you did not change, the body changed. And underneath all the thoughts that may have been going on, or emotions or perceptions, that underneath all of that, the one that is witnessing is timeless, is immutable, is infinite, is sovereign, and is that innocence, that soul essence that is God, source, a part of that. And I want you to start practicing this as you come out of our session today and into your future. That when you look in the mirror, just take an extra pause and tune into your divinity, your sovereignty, your priestess energy. That part that's unchanging, unchangeable forever. And just allow this Reiki and Solvana energy to move in through and around you. Your higher self draws the energy in as it sees fit for your best and highest good. Infinite Creator, source of all that is, we love you. Thank you for loving us. We humbly ask that you open, bless, expand, lead, guide, and direct us into your perfect light, love, and life, and always, completely, now and forever, please and thank you. For all those hearing my voice right now, all of our family members, for all of our relationships, all of our ancestors and all of their relationships through all relevant time, space, and dimension. For all hurts, wrongs, judgments, and burdens. They were physical, mental, emotional, spiritual, sexual, or financial, through thought, through word, through deed. Please help us all forgive each other, forgive ourselves, forgive all people, and all people forgive us, completely and totally, please and thank you. For all suicide, incest, murder, rape, abortion, infidelity, and miscarriage through thought, word, or deed, please help us all forgive each other, forgive ourselves, forgive all people, and all people forgive us, completely and totally, please and thank you. For all times we abandoned or were abandoned, all times we withheld love or had love withheld, all times we weren't nurtured, loved, supported, and cherished, and times we didn't nurture, love, support, or cherish others. For all wounds of shame, please help us all forgive each other, forgive ourselves, forgive all people, and all people forgive us completely and totally, please and thank you. For all times we struggled to survive, for all times we took more than we needed, for all guilt, blame, shame, judgment from authority figures, religion, government. For all wars and the effects they had upon us. Please help us all forgive each other, forgive ourselves, forgive all people, and all people forgive us. Completely and totally, please and thank you. Infinite Creator, for the highest good, please lift out all weight, pain, burden, sin, death, debt, negativity, spells, hexes, curses, black magic, white magic, guilt, fear, shame, unworthiness, and limitation of all kind. Transform it into your love, and let your love flow back in and through us, filling and giving us all complete peace now and forever. Please and thank you, please and thank you, please and thank you. Please help us love and bless each other, love and bless ourselves. Be at peace with each other and at peace with ourselves. Please and thank you, please and thank you, please and thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So be it done. Thank you. And as you move forward with your day, practice bringing in 5% more innocence, play, seeing, sacred seeing. As you open your eyes, if you choose to, be seeing with new vision. I've restarted A Course in Miracles. There's a workbook for a year. I'm on day 32. It's all about seeing. And A Course in Miracles defines a miracle as a shift in perception. So may you have a shift in your perception from fear to love. And you can ask for help if you're seeing a misperception. Help me see things differently. It's a wonderful prayer. Thank you for the donation. Thank you all for joining this beautiful, powerful session today. If you want to revisit any of it, you can on my YouTube in the live replay section, or all of my other videos are there. Please follow me here on Insight Timer if you care to give a donation. Thank you, Celeste and Lee. Follow me on Facebook, Instagram. Check out my website. Get in touch if you feel the intuitive nudge. Or if you want these messages, I can send you the links of what I read. And let's look at the affirmation for the Ace of Cups. Oh yeah, and if you can go ahead and join my group to keep in touch anyway. It's called Natalie's Healing Circle here on Insight Timer. And I will be having my 4 years anniversary party at the end of the month. I'm going to pull up the Ace of Cups affirmation. Wonderful, Lorette. Thank you. I do not have any Course in Miracles material. I did the year-long workbook 7 years ago before I became a priestess. So I've just restarted it, and of course it will inform who I am and what I do moving forward. So there may be future content of Course in Miracles, themes and lessons. So stay tuned for that. So the affirmation for the Ace of Cups, so you can take this with you. My heart is open and filled with love. My heart is open and filled with love. So bring that into your day. Thank you everybody for joining. I will see you same time next week. If not before, there's a possibility. Actually, I listened to this amazing soundtrack that is meant for like a psychedelic journey, but I had the most intense spiritual experience listening to it last week. I was thinking it would be amazing to have that be a live stream. It's an hour-long musical journey. So yeah, I felt excited to offer that. So I need to figure out a bit of logistics with, I want to not play it through my phone. So I have the capabilities, I just need to figure it out. Oh yeah, next Sunday is Easter. I love Jesus, is amazing. I mean, I'm not Christian in the traditional sense, but so we'll be here for Easter morning if you celebrate that. If you don't, every day is Easter. But, for some of you, you might be doing other things, and that's fine. Or you might be bringing a certain energy. Yeah, so it's called the John Hopkins Psychedelic Playlist. If you send me a private message, I can send you the link. But yeah, it was, oh, you listened to it, Jessica? Awesome. I was out having my coffee listening. I was just crying my eyes out, sitting there at the coffee shop with tears streaming down my face in bliss. It was amazing. So, all right. I will see you all soon. Have a wonderful week. Much love.